No question. There are no questions, huh?
I have.
You have.
My question is, in our practice, we are seeking for the most calm and silent state of mind. And as I remember, when I had the closest state to this silent state of mind, the closest one, it still tasted slightly naturally pleasant, like it was a moment without emotions or thoughts. But it was still slightly sweet.
Slightly what?
Sweet.
Sweet.
Like if I would describe it later, I will pick up the most picturesque words for this, so that this moment of silence without emotions still feels like a pleasant moment.
Yeah.
So, what is this?
What is the question?
The question is, I was listening to your lectures and my mind was caught by the phrase that we should get rid of the beauty. I mean, we shouldn't be attached to neither disgusting things nor beautiful.
Yeah.
And this moment of silence, it's a very beautiful moment.
Yeah, to this you can get attached. That's not a problem. But in the end, you know, that is a long, long way to go. Yeah. Ask Wendy. The Lord Buddha said about samadhi, if we would not have this nice experience of samadhi, where we can relax, where we can recharge our batteries, we would not do the hard work to overcome all the troubles. Yeah. So I mean, we should cherish this. Yeah. It's nice. Enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, he described it actually in some of the suttas. He said, a person coming from the desert, completely dirty, I mean, he's filling in or he's letting in the bath, and he's already of joy because he's going to take a bath. Then he goes into the bath and he enjoys the bath, the water, and the soap, cleaning his body, and then, he relaxes, yeah. I mean, he's described it differently. I don't get it anymore. I can't remember how he described it. But something like that, yeah. He said, that is fine, yeah. We need this, yeah. The beautiful, that we are attached to, like flowers, or good food and so things, yeah. That is something that we have to overcome. But this beauty is something with us, yeah, within us, yeah. We cannot get rid of it, yeah. And there's something that we should cherish. Yeah? Also, when you look how the Lord Buddha called Nibbana, he said it is the supernatural, happiness. So, and that's what we're working for. Yeah? But the attachment to this fake beauty or to this fake excitement is that what we have to overcome in order to get there. Yeah? So, I mean, there's nothing wrong to get attached to that, yeah? It is a place where we rest, when we recharge, and when we come out, then we do some work, investigation of the body. And that is, that is not nice, yeah? And then when we feel, disheartened, then we go back into samadhi and enjoy the happiness there, or the sweetness, or whatever you call it, yeah? And then go back into work, yeah? Just like people, in the daily life, they work for 8 hours in a factory, then they come home and enjoy some good food or some nice conversation so that they can keep up with doing the work, yeah? Okay? Now Steve has a question.
What is the relationship with anusaya, I say that right, latent tendencies and karma?
You mean asavas?
Anusaya.
Oh, please don't ask me any Pali words. I have no idea. Do you have any idea what anusaya is? What?
Latencies.
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 It is a form, latencies, or characteristic tendencies, is formed by our karma. But they can change, yeah? They are not obvious, but they make us, decide to do this or to do that, yeah? That is my understanding. We might not be aware of all of our characteristic tendencies. Some of them, they are predominant that we know, but some of them are latent, yeah? We don't see them. So I assume that this is what he means. But this is formed by karma, yeah? But whatever is formed can be destroyed or can be changed. So these latencies, developed through karma, through our lives, can be changed into something that is actually wholesome, yeah, and helps us on the path. เข้าใจภาษาอังกฤษบ้างไหมพินนิดหน่อยดาวเขาเข้าใจบ้างใช่ไหมบ้าง So now you have a question.
Yes. So, kind of working on the balance between doing and not doing, just kind of resting in samadhi, and then sometimes though, when samadhi really just isn't happening and difficulties are coming up, I guess in the practice I'm used to, just kind of investigate those.
Yeah.
Do you recommend still doing that, or more just kind of trying to go back to...
You will have to, when you want to go into samadhi, yeah? That is actually not our goal, yeah? To go into samadhi. What is our goal? To stay with the Buddha or stay with the object, yeah? That we take, for instance, the breath, and then samadhi will happen. And well, if we want to rest ourselves, then we do this kind of work that we know that will lead to some sort of rest. Yeah? And if there are difficulties coming up, that shows you, you have to do. Yeah, you have to overcome the difficulties. What are the normal hindrances? Yeah? Sloth and torpor is one of the hindrances. Restlessness is one of the hindrances. Yeah? And so on. Yeah? Or whatever laziness, it's too, These are the hindrances that we have to overcome. And we have to overcome them not only for samadhi, but also for investigation. Sometimes we feel good, and samadhi comes very easily. Then we have to overcome, the hindrance of wanting to do some work, going out, and investigating the body, We like to investigate everything else, but we don't like to investigate the body, yeah? We like to investigate feelings, but feelings are of fleeting nature, and we really can't investigate them yet unless we have a stable samadhi. Dukkha Vedana is the one feeling that stays on, and that will bother you a lot. So that is a good object of investigation. But we all want to know, why is this happening? And that is not investigation, yeah. Things are happening, yeah. So we look at the reaction, yeah, of what is happening. Yeah? Do we like it, or do we dislike it, and what is it? Why is it, why do we dislike it, or why do we like it? Yeah? This is something we can investigate. Not why this is happening. This is happening. Why is the cloud now? Yeah, of course, it is there. Yeah. We cannot investigate why the cloud is there, but we can investigate when the cloud is there, what is happening. Okay, the sun is gone, yeah, or rain comes out, or whatever, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So I would advise, in the beginning, really until the samadhi becomes really solid, until you really can rest, for half an hour in samadhi where nothing is happening, yeah. And then slowly go on for 1 hour or 2 hours a day, to start investigation. Yeah? Because without this concentration, without this sati, our investigation doesn't take any fruit. Yeah, it is just thinking. Yeah, and in your life, thinking has never solved any problems. Yeah, we know it, but we still do it. Yeah, but thinking. Investigation is not really thinking, it is asking the questions. Yeah? What is behind, what is behind my addiction to this, or what is it, what is my loathsomeness, towards this, or, the feeling of anger. Yeah? What is behind that? Yeah? These are the questions or what is behind pain? Yeah? What is pain? Or what is anger? Yeah? How does it feel like? Where is it located? How did it develop? And for that, these kind of questions, and you want to find the answer, and you only find the answer if you put your attention onto the object that you investigate. And we don't like, to investigate, for instance, pain, because we want to get rid of pain. So, we have to put actually our attention onto the pain and ask this question. What is pain? Is it, is it point-wise? It is area-wise? Is it in the skin? Is it in the bones? Is it in the tendons? Is it, where is it? Is it in the flesh? Yeah. And then also coming up with the answers. We have flesh since we are born, but we are not always in pain. So what is pain? Yeah. We have tendons, since we are born, but we are not always in pain. And especially, when I get up now from my samadhi, there's no more pain. So what kind of pain is this? Yeah, that's what we want to know. That's what we want to understand. That for investigation we have to ask this question. Yeah, or the question of the body. When I cut it up, how does it look like? Yeah, or when I take a piece of the body, when I cut it up, how does it look like? And then we take another piece. One time we take the liver, then then we take the intestines, and all cut it up, and then compare it. Yeah, this kind of investigation. Yeah, the questions. Yeah, but what is it? What is the nature? What is the nature of the body? Yeah? How does the nature of this part of the body differ from the nature of that part of the body? These are questions, and we don't think up the answer, but we look and look and look. Yeah. Until we understand, until the heart understands. So investigation is teaching the heart. Yeah? It is like just rip open the heart and have a look at it. Do you understand it now? Yeah, and look at the situation. You understand it now, and the heart instantly says no. Okay, look again, until you understand. Yeah? And the more sati we have, and the more we actually can observe, what is going on. That is what the sati is. There, we observe what is going on. The better the heart understands. That the heart does not need any comments. Yeah, does not need any conclusions. Yeah, because any conclusion that we form will be wrong, will be misleading. That's why we don't need the brain. Yeah? We need the brain only in order to ask the right questions. Yeah? And that is sometimes very difficult. Yeah? We want to know how the solar system developed, yeah, or what is going to happen, Yeah? We want to understand all sorts of things, yeah. But that is, like I said last time, that is just the nature of avijja. Wants to know, wants to understand, but is not being able to know or understand in line with the truth. That's why we need the sati. Yeah, that's why we need this, the ability to observe something. Yeah, like I sometimes say, like a physicist. Yeah, I mean he puts up an experiment. Yeah, and then he watches every slice of the experiment and sees what is happening. He has an idea what might be happening, but he has to understand, which element, triggers on that, what element and what that element does it split up or does it stay on? And so he has to look, every slice of the experiment. If he gets thirsty and grabs a drink, then he has to start the experiment from the beginning, because he missed the point. And that is with us, investigation. It's just like, we have a rough idea what is going to happen, but then we have to understand, when this element hits this element, does it split or does it combine, and what does it form, and what is happening afterwards, until the heart understands. That is a tough job, and that's why we need the samadhi, that's why we need this rest, and that's why we need to develop the sati, the power of observance. The sati is, it's just like the flashlight. You want to know what is in the cellar, or in the deepness, in the deep darkness of your heart. You need a flashlight, you need a strong flashlight, and the stronger it is, the more you see. And then you don't have to ask the question, what is this? You see it. How can you not see it, if you open your eyes? But we only use our physical eyes, not our inner eyes. And the inner eyes are the sati. Okay? Wendy, Kaktame, understand? Yeah. So, any more questions?
Yes.
That moment when the heart is completely empty of any preoccupations, that's when we have sati. Then it can look, then it can observe. But that is difficult. Froni. Yeah?
I have a question. After all these pleasant feelings that you get while you're concentrating, then you better to stay in a dreamy mood.
No dreaming.
And after, you still enjoying, and seems like your sati don't really work.
Sati doesn't really work.
You can drop down the things or forget spoon twice.
Yeah, but that is not that's not sati, because then your sati is not with what you're doing. Your sati, that is not called sati. Your thoughts are somewhere else. Are with the memory of this nice feeling. But this nice feeling has gone already. So you hang on this nice feeling, and then of course everything else around you, you forget. So that is not sati. And we tend to do that. Every one of us does it, in the beginning. There's such a nice feeling, and then we think about, for 5-10 minutes or even for an hour, oh, that was such a nice feeling, and then we recall it. But in this hour where we remember this nice feeling, we don't have any sati.
Yes.
Because it's just a feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this recalling also makes to keep your interest on, to
You can.
go into more meditation.
Yes. That we can help that, That's where we can use our memory of the pleasant situation, And also, if it is difficult, Caleb, if it is difficult, we had some nice experience, and then ask ourselves, how did I get there? Because at that time, I didn't want anything, I just wanted to stay with my breath. That's how I got there. And now I'm looking for the results, but the results don't come when we don't do the work. Yeah? And the work is, to keep on Buddha, and that is of course boring, because we want the results, yeah? Just like we go to university, after one semester we want to have our degree, yeah? Because it's boring, yeah, so much work, yeah?
So where is the middle way between staying interested and be in the reality?
No, there doesn't need to be a middle way. If you have this interest, then the moment you see there's this interest, yeah, then sit down and meditate or walk Tantra. Then use it, yeah. I mean, when the interest flares up, we use it, to do something, yeah. Okay?
So you told me once that the pulu and the chitta are the same thing. The one who knows.
Yeah.
Does the chitta, you get rid of avijja and the defilement, kilesa, know everything, or is the chitta being developed as we go through these stages?
Yeah.
So it doesn't know everything all the time.
No.
It's being developed as we learn these things.
Yes. Yeah, just like you learned your profession. I mean, you didn't know it in the beginning. You didn't know anything at all, and through your exercise, through your training, you started to learn. And then, after you learn, you get even more expertise and more expertise and more expertise by doing it over and over and over again. Yeah, and that's how this same thing is for meditation. Yeah. Meditation is very simple. The rules for meditation or investigation are very simple, yeah? I mean, there's nothing that we have to understand. There's a lot we have to do. And we have to do it over and over and over again until it sticks, yeah? The chitta, and normally the puru is the pure chitta. It's the chitta of an arahant. And what we have is, in our chitta, there is of course the puru, but we hardly take notice of it, yeah? The one who knows, yeah? Puru is the one who knows, yeah? We hardly take notice of it because, constantly we think about it, yeah? And this thinking is damping, this puru, yeah? So when we stop thinking, this puru can actually come up, yeah? It's part of the chitta. But in our chitta there is greed, hatred, delusion, there is also sati, there is Dhamma, there's all these things, and we have to get rid of all these things, yeah? But in the beginning we just get rid of the kilesas, yeah? If you don't understand, don't even worry about it. Yeah? There are certain things that in the beginning we just don't understand, When I was reading some books of Lungdam Mahabor, or listened to some of the talks, then I knew, this I understand, this I don't understand. I didn't even worry about it. I said, sooner or later you will understand, and then just went over, yeah? And that is what is happening. Through our training, through our practice, sooner or later we will understand, yeah? And then 2 or 3 years later we listen to the same talk, and now suddenly we understand, yeah? Because of our training leads us there, yeah? Okay? Yeah?
Last question for today from me.
But speak up a little bit.
Last question from me for today.
Yeah, okay.
Why the most intelligent and wise one, Lord Buddha, as soon as he reached Nibbana, he didn't decide to stay there. Neither he decided to become a Sikh or ascet, but he had to come back to the world and the family to spread up the treasures he found within his practice and heart. What is the role of compassion on the way of person who want to be freed and awakened?
What is the role of compassion? The role of compassion is very, very small along the path. But the compassion becomes stronger and stronger the more you develop. So in the beginning, you have compassion, of course, with the people around you, and you have to compassion also with the animals around you. Yeah, you don't kill them, you don't harm them. You keep the 5 precepts. That is some sort of compassion. Yeah. The compassion of the Lord Buddha, in the beginning, he didn't want to teach, yeah. He said, who will understand this, it's so crazy, people will laugh at you, yeah. But then he realized, I've worked myself along a path, yeah. And this path I can describe. So if people will follow the path that I teach, yeah, then they will be able to understand. It's the same thing, if you if you go to university in a very difficult matter, in a difficult subject, yeah, and you get at the entrance of your university exam, the entrance is the last question, they ask, the people who make the master degree or doctor degree, then you say, but I don't understand this, yeah. But then they say, okay, if you go first semester, second to 8th semester, or maybe 10th semester, then you will understand. And then you will see, if you go this path, you will understand. Yeah? And so is it with people. Lunta Mahabodh said the same thing. Nobody will understand, if I teach them. And then, a few days later, he said, I didn't fall from the heavens, yeah? I was born as a human being, I went the path, yeah? And this path I can teach. Yeah? And that's what he did. The path that he went, the path of investigation, the path of samadhi, yeah.
What were the things that let him come back from the heaven?
He didn't come back from the heaven, that would be a wrong thing, yeah. They don't normally go in Nibbana because, our body stays on, yeah. But he's in Nibbana. When he enters Nibbana as an Arahant, he is always in Nibbana. He doesn't have any dukkha anymore except the dukkha of the body. Yeah? So you can say things to him, you can hurt him, you can try to harm him. He doesn't really care. Yeah? But this is something that we really cannot grasp the idea. But of course, if a snake bites him, or looked at Mahabodh, there was a scorpion that bite him, it hurts. Of course, he has a body, everybody has a body, it hurts, yeah. And that is also what the Lord Buddha teaches, yeah. As long as we have a body, shall he kill himself, when he's in Nibbana? Yeah? But there are some arahants, who never actually went out, they stayed in the forest, kept in samadhi, until they died away, yeah. But he had the opportunity, he had developed the skill of teaching others, yeah. Just like the Lord Buddha, there's actually, there's a Pacheka Buddha, a silent Buddha, who just finds the way to Nibbana by himself, and then he stays, outside, of all the society just by himself, yeah. But does that help you? See, and the Lord Buddha, he's not a silent Buddha, he started teaching. And of course, this teaching is it's not a joy, yeah? Especially if you see, how unintelligent, these people are, on their way. I don't mean, intelligent in the way of the world, intelligent in the way of Dhamma, yeah? We are rather stupid. I like what Lungta said about, people who studied very, very high, yeah? A doctor, he's a dog. The more you study, the more stupid you become. And I like that actually, even though I studied, but I saw it with a lot of my colleagues, I mean, the more stupid we become in the ways of the world, or especially in the ways of Dhamma. Because the more we got, the more we develop our ego, who we are, why we are, how smart we are, and so on. And the smarter we think we are, the more stupid we are, actually. Not in that field, but, in every other field. And the problem is that, even if we study, to be a doctor, we can't apply, this, to Dhamma, because this kind of study is completely different. It doesn't use our intellect, it uses the ability of the chitta. And this is something that we have not, especially in the West, we have not developed in the West. All what we developed is our brain, our memories and our ability to think, think in certain ways, But we have not developed the abilities of the heart, just to look, to observe, to know, And that is what makes it very difficult for us, I mean, we can think about anything. We can read the sutras of the Buddha, and then we think, this is like this is like this forms this forms this, and forms that. Okay, I'm finished, But nothing, the kilesas are still in there, They have, we have taught them as well, everything about the Buddha's teaching, and then they come up, so we are finished, I mean, now we want this, And where is this wanting coming from, I mean, when you're finished, there's no more wanting, Okay? Okay, คนไทยมีคำถามไหมเรื่องภาวนาพิน
ก็ภาวนาดีอยู่ค่ะหลวงพ่อแต่รู้สึกทุกขเวทนามันเยอะมากปวดหลังปวดหลังปวดมากนอนถ้านอนปั๊บมันก็จะเผลอหลับแต่ก็พยายามทำอยู่เมื่อวานได้9 ชั่วโมงอยู่หลวงพ่อ
9 ชั่วโมงเนาะเดินจงกรมสมาก็เดินจงกรมก็อะไรนั่งสมาธิ
สลับกันก็ค่ะเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธิแล้วก็ยืนได้นิดนึง
เดี๋ยวจะหาเอง
เหมือนรู้สึกว่าเวลาเดินเยอะๆจะปวดหลังค่ะหลวงพ่อ
ปวดหลังผมคิดว่าปวดใจปวดใจก่อนแล้วปวดหลังทีหลัง
ก็พยายามต่อสู้กับมัน
สู้หน่อยนะมันอยู่กับพุทโธไม่ได้ก็ตัวดูนะทุกขเวทนาพิจารณาเต้ากี่ชั่วโมง2ทั้งวันตอนเย็นและตอนเช้าและตอนบ่ายทำอะไรนอนหลับเหรอ
ตีตาค่ะกวาดใบไม้ทำงาน
มาที่นี่เพื่อภาวนาจิตภาวนาตีกวาดก็ไม่ใช่จิตภาวนาเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธิเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธิมันยังหนุ่มอยู่นี่อายุเท่าไหร่30กว่าพอถึง40เลยยังเนี่ยยังทำได้อยู่คนอื่นก็ทำได้ทำไมเราก็ทำไม่ได้หรอก็ดูเมชีก็ทำได้นะพยายามนะSo it is so empty, Wendy, questions? Caleb? No questions? Steve? He has questions. No?
Veronica.
What? Veronica. Yeah, I thought so. In Bavaria, it's called Froni.
Oh.
In Austria, also Froni. Very common name actually in Austrian
They
Bavaria.
like the version of Ronnie. It's very simple for
Huh?
For Thai people, very simple to call me Ronnie.
Froni, yeah.
Like R Ronnie.
พุทโธ yeah อ๋อลมหายใจเข้าลมหายใจออกรู้ลมหายใจเข้าลมหายใจเงียบลมหายใจมันรวดเร็วรวดช้ารวดมันละเอียดก็ไม่ละเอียดรู้นะนั่นเรื่องพุทโธรู้พุทโธเป็นยังไงพุทโธกำลังเริ่มพุทโธก็จบลงแล้วเดี๋ยวจะพุทโธไม่ก็ขึ้นนะดูมองดูนี่เป็นสติรู้จักนะเนี่ยนะภาษาไทยก็มีสติแต่มันไม่เข้าใจสติเป็นอะไรสติเป็นความรู้นะหลวงตามหานี่ก่อนก็หลวงพ่อก็ไม่เข้าใจสติเป็นอะไรแต่นึกครั้งนะหลวงตาก็พูดชัดๆนะใครที่มีสติช่วงนั้นก็ไม่มีกิเลสโอ้เข้าใจแล้วนี่มันไม่มีความคิดขึ้นมาไม่มีความจำขึ้นมามันใช่มันว่างเปล่านะเนี่ยเป็นสตินะพยายามหน่อยเตานะอย่างน้อย8 ชั่วโมงเนี่ยมันอยู่ปันตาไม่มีใครดูแลนะเมื่อหลวงตายังอยู่ในที่ปันตาดนะไปทุกวันนะห้องครัวนะและสอนเมธีและสอนอุปาสิกานะเนี่ยและต้องเตือนชงขมนะลุงตาก็มองดูใครที่ไม่พยายามก็ไล่ออกจากวัดนะฮะเดินจงกรมอยู่กับพุทโธนั่งสมาธิโอ้วันนี้มันร้อนวันนี้ร้อนเดี๋ยวจะฝนจะมาเนาะโอเคมีที่เดินสบายนะร้อนนิดหน่อยฮะง่วงไหม
ไม่ค่ะเข้าฌานอยู่เข้าฌาน
แล้วนะใช่บางที่เขาคิดว่าเข้าฌานเวลามองดูนี่มองดูโน้นไม่รู้เป็นฌานอะไร
ฌานง่วง
เมื่อเข้าฌาน